In this slideshow, I describe how to assemble a soda straw tensegrity model from a kit. My name is Maureen McHugh, and I'm recording this in Arlington, Virginia. This is the final product. It's called a tensegrity, and it has 6 rigid elements, the straws, that don't touch each other. They're said to float within the network of rubber bands. And this is the kit. I made it, and in a separate slideshow I tell you how to make it yourself. The first thing to do is to identify that there are 6 small rubber bands that have been tied together, to pull those out and set them aside. They're to be used later if the model falls apart and you want to rebuild. So opening up the kit, you find there are 6 straws in pairs, 2 colors each, and 6 small rubber bands and 6 medium rubber bands. There are 4 steps, and the first one is to use the small rubber bands and the struts to shape a 3-dimensional cross. So first you take a pair, let's say the blue, and you put 2 of the black rubber bands around them like that. Then you take another pair, the red, and also another 2 pairs of rubber bands, and you snug them up close to the middle. Then you take the third pair, the green, and it's not that easy if you ask me. Although I've made many of these models, I still find it tricky to figure out how to get in that 3rd dimension. Here's another view. Take a good look. It might just be patient. It might take a minute until you figure out, okay, how do I get that one in? All right, so that's it. That's the first step completed. You've made your 3-dimensional cross. Pause a moment, breathe, realign the model. Each next step works best if you start with the model being well centered. So the second step is to take the medium rubber bands and place their ends across the notches that they go into. And we'll begin by looking at the red soda straws. Face them towards you so you can see the length, and look at the notches on top and rotate the straws until the V's of the notches are looking right at you and you can see right through to the other V. And then do that with the 2 other colors. Face the lengths towards you and line up the notches. Then you'll take one of the medium rubber bands and you're going to pass it through those green ones and then put one end around the top of the red straw, one end around the bottom of the red straw, and the same thing on the other side. Here's the same thing viewed from the side. You can see more clearly now how the rubber band passes between the 2 green. Then you keep going like that until each straw has a rubber band and each notch has a rubber band. And that completes step 2. Once again, pause, take a breath, center up the model. The third step is to take the center of the medium rubber bands and place them in a certain way across a notch. And beginning again with the red, looking at the upper one, you see how I've taken the middle of that rubber band and placed it into the notch of the green. I've done that on the straw that's near to me, also the one further away, and also on the bottom. Here's a side view of the same thing, and you can see clearly now that the green the green straw has 2 rubber bands in its notches. And that's what has to happen all the way around. So just keep going, use up all the medium rubber bands until all the notches have 2 straws. No, all the notches have 2 rubber bands. All right, that's the end of that step. Once again, pause, realign the model. So you're ready now for the 4th step, the final step, which is to cut away the small rubber bands. And for this you need a pair of small pointy scissors. Hold the model in one hand, the scissors in the other. reach inside and snip one of those black rubber bands. And when you do, the model opens up a little bit. And then go around carefully, snipping each one. And by the time you're done, the whole model will be open. Those black rubber bands were sacrificed just to hold everything in place. So success, you've made the model, you have it in your hands, and you can play with it. On the right side, I'm pinching together the two red straws, and you see how it makes them open up. On the other side, then you do it the other way, pinch on the left, it opens on the right. So you see the reciprocity between the different elements of the model. And it's most obvious in these two red straws, but actually there's something happening in the whole of the model, and that is a big part of the magic of it, how one part affects the whole. The Tensegrity model, in conclusion, demonstrates stability without fixed joints, resilience, and spaciousness. This is the end. Thanks for sharing the journey.